yeah, we're doing Moon. Yeah, I don't know what that intro was. Yeah, with Moon Millenniummon, there's a bunch of different ways to build it, and you've already seen one version of it, which will probably be linked like up here. If you wanted to see a very funny version that leans into purple good stuff. This one is a lot more sourced and teched out, and I think is one of the more fun ways to play it. And if you like doing the Moon Millenniummon minigame, then you'll enjoy this list. So we'll get straight into it. I have my deck upside down because I stacked my deck backwards. But yeah, today we're going to be opening up with 5 eggs. We're going to be starting off with the one of Pagumon, the ST6 one, the On Deletion Trash 2. Sometimes as the first egg, it's nice to get back and run something into security. But generally, the one you want to see the most of is the BT19 Pagumon. On deletion, if it's deleted other than by battle, then you can return one level 3 or lower Digimon from your trash to your hand, which happens quite a bit, honestly. You do not swing your rookies all that often. However, you do have a bunch of them. Well, we're going to go... What the heck? We're going to start things off with the War Criminals, which is going to get it out of the way early. I did not bother alting these. I think I have like the regional ones somewhere for the BT16 one. But yeah, we're on 3 of the space alien thing, which is why we're on the 5 eggs, because this little rat will run you through your eggs nice and fast. But being able to check top 3 every turn that something sticks out is great. It's not recurable off of the Pagumon because it's specifically one level 3 purple Digimon card from your trash. You can't add these idiots back, but they're nice to have. The longer they stick around, then the better that you get to muck around and find pieces and kind of blow through your eggs nice and fast. But more importantly, you get to see the hatching. But yeah, generally, you can just use them as cheap pops to allow you to kind of play for board. But yeah, them not being purple means they're not recurable or anything else like that. Then for the rest of the real rookies, we're on 4 of the Gizamon, pitch a composite or Wicked God to draw 2. So setting up your trash with the correct like names and stuff to draw 2. All the purple black pieces have inherit blocker, and all the purple reds have retaliation. So we've got 4 of the Sechigazi and then 1 more of the criminal Gazimon. The memory blocker there is a Gazimon name. We needed the 5 Pagumons because the 2 color guys go over the Pagumons for 0, so you can still get your 0 cost Evo. So the only 1 cost actual Evo is the BT16 Ukamon versus these 2 color guys. You technically could evolve for 1 with them, but there's no real reason to, because you need as much value as you can out of your turns, really. So we're on 9 plus 3 non-evolvable rookies, but yeah, 9 pretty much normal rookies. On play top 3 for a Millenniummon and a composite Wicked God on this Gazimon means that you can double hit off your top 3 search. And like I said, retaliation inherit is pretty relevant. You do want to try and make sure that you have like these underneath your purple black deltas and then the blocker under the retail ones. You just want to kind of make sure that you have all of the colors that you need. Then for the actual champions themselves, I feel like I've messed this up entirely, so we're not going to trust what I've got here. Kind of already alluded to it. We're on 3 of the red purple Deltamon. This Deltamon, trash 1, return a composite or Wicked God. This allows you to add back your Millenniummons, your Chimeras, your machines. Basically anything that's not a rookie can be added back off this Deltamon, which is where the Pagumon egg is really nice because it helps you bring back the rookie, so you can always kind of recycle what you need. This does have raid, which means if you do have, you know, this over the retail Gazimon, then you are able to just raid retail over something, which is pretty efficient removal. Other than that, yeah, you can use it just play for board, swing over every rookie that you get the opportunity to if you're pushing something out of raising to do it. Feels really nice to be able to pitch one and then get something back. And then this is also on play when Digivolving went on deletion, so a little bit more flexible. You can slam this guy for 5. It is the blocker Deltamon or blocker inherit Deltamon, which deletes level 4 by pitching a card in your hand. So getting it generally twice if it sticks around is pretty sick. And yeah, with it being able to pop a level 4 does allow you to kind of play aggressively, but again, having Deltamon with raid allows you to also kind of fight for board as well. But that's not it for Deltamons. We've got 7 here, but we're actually up to a grand total of 10 as we're going to be using the promo Deltamon, which is also why the memory blocker Gazimon is at 1, because you cannot evolve memory blocker Gazimon over this delta or into this delta. It's a 3-cost evo, which does kind of sting, but when this Digimon would digivolve into a 2-color card or composite, reduce its digivolution cost by 2. So you're spending 3 or at the level 4, but then when you're actually pushing out a raising with this guy and then evolving, you're evolving into your chimeras for 1, which feels really, really, really good. A lot of people aren't ready for it. Its inherit also is when attacking for each... Yeah, this card has more text than I thought. For each of this Digimon's colors, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k or less. So this thing can just... Yo, this thing can actually just flashbang multiple... Damn, actually, wait, yo, this card's better than I thought it was. It's a 6k body, which means you don't die to instantly getting shrunk by something like Rapid. And you can flashbang multiple memory blockers, which is news to me. Reading the cards is really good for you. But yeah, this Deltamon goes crazy. Even if it was just pop a singular 3-cost body, being able to do that at when attacking timing means that you actually get a little bit more flexibility, because some of these chimeras pop the lowest DP. So if there's multiple little guys around, you can, you know, actually just gib those guys before you then commit to trying to blow up the big guy, which is really sick. So this Deltamon, really, really nice. It's the reason that we are no longer on purple memory boost, because as you can see, it's black and red, so would not be searchable off with the purple memory boost. If only they had released a memory boost that searched for red and black pieces, because conveniently, all of the cards by the Gazimon so far, and obviously Ukomon, have fit that red and black criteria, whilst also being purple. Gonna go for the good Chimera, 2 of the less good Chimera. This is the when digivolving, both of them digivolve for 3 over a composite, which is all of these. So again, 1-cost evo over the promo delta, which feels really, really good. The red purple one is when digivolving when attacking by deleting one of your Digimon, delete one of their Digimon with the lowest DP. So this one allows you to kind of just trade buck for buck. And yeah, if you're evolving for 1 into a Deltamon and then you're using the Deltamon to pop 2 level, 2 3k or lesses, then blow yourself up, feels pretty good to be able to kind of go into all of that and kind of like flashbang a board. And then on deletion, if you one of your machines your mon on board and your Chimera in trash can DNA digivolve into a Millenniummon in the hand, you get to do the mini game. This guy is the easiest to set up the mini game for, whereas this Chimeramon is on play when digivolving. Delete one of your Digimon, then delete a 3, 4, and 5, which, you know, wide board clear is pretty sick, and it being on play with the Digicross -1 for 3 level 4 composites, which funny enough is all 3 of your Deltamons. Then if it gets deleted by deleting a level 4 or lower purple or red Digimon, so again, not Ukomon, you can play a Machine Dramon from your trash without paying the cost, which, you know, is cute and all. I think it's more of a Machine Dramon card than it is a Millenniummon card, but sometimes you do just have the means of kind of playing it. And if you've got Ukomon sticking around, you get to pop the Ukomon and kind of shoot something. But yeah, this is definitely the secondary Chimera. The red purple one is the one that actually does the mini game. The purple one is kind of just to try and see if you can keep a body on board. And it's there sometimes. So we're on 6 Chimeras to do the funny. And then for our machines to go with it, we are on 5 of them. We'll start with the one that I hate the most. I used to love this card. I thought this one was the better of the 2. Then I actually read the other one properly, and this card's trash. It's on play when digivolving, just delete a level 5 or lower Digimon. So yeah, you can, you know, shoot something on their board, but most of the time you're slamming it to pop your Chimera, and then your Chimera does something, you know, does the full mini game. The on deletion is play 1 level 5 or lower from your trash without paying the cost. So yeah, it floats into a Chimera, which, you know, is not doing the mini game. It does have a Digicross of 5 level 5 or lower cyborgs. Again, this is a machine card more than like a Millennium card. It's just there for its inherit, where you can redirect into your composite or wicked gods. Yeah, the card's there. It's a 5th machine that does the thing. The actual machine that you do want to resolve is this bad boy. BT18 cards. They got it right, and first time really. Again, digivolve for 3 over a composite, but when it would be played, you can pop one of your composites, reduce the cost by 4. It's on play when digivolving, de-digivolve all one of your opponents, or digivolve one all of your opponent's Digimon, which, you know, kind of helps you play around some weird on deletions. And then on deletion, it has the Kimera Machine made DNA Digivolve. Again, deletion Inspire from trash, meaning the corresponding body has to be on the board. So you have to have a Kimera on the board if this gets deleted, to then use this from trash to DNA. But generally, what you're doing is you're playing this guy to pop the red-purple Chimera that you have on board, reducing the cost by 4 when you play it. So instead of 11, it comes down for 7, and you kind of go from there. But yeah, card's really, really solid. Again, has the same inherit of the redirect, and having that board-wide de-digivolve as well as being able to kind of like then turn into Millenni feels really, really solid. So those are our machines chimeras. We're maxed out on really the number of good cards that you can use for it. And then after that, more recent change, it was actually in my original list but not in the list that have been on videos. I've just put the 4th Millenni in now. You should be on 4 if you're trying to do the mini game as many times as possible. The fact that you have to do Millenni from hand means that you should be on 4 of these, because that means you have the highest number of chances of being able to do this. Obviously, if you draw multiples of them, you can just pitch them from hand if you need to, but and then you bring them back with the red-purple Deltamon to just bring them back whenever you need them. But yeah, generally you're running 4 of these because this is the guy that wins you games. DNA Digivolve Kimera over Machine in that order. Then it's also Digicross Chimera over Machine, so 14 down to 10, but you're never wanting to do that, obviously, because you're basically spending 10 to do the full machine play. On play, when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if DNA Digivolving, by returning one of each Digimon card of different levels from your opponent's trash to the top of the deck, gain 1 memory for each return card. If you can ever make Millenniummon at DNA timing and keep turn, you win the game. Like, you just win the game. There's... I think it's like, for me, a dead ass 100% win rate. If this guy hits the board and with rush is able to hit 2 checks, I win the game, because it's 2 checks and then you make a moon on top of that, or you know, leave it down. Maybe you wicked got it to do this whole thing. So there's nothing that can happen to this guy except the Digivolve. And you just win. On deletion, by returning a Chimera Machine from your trash to the bottom of the deck, you can spin this guy straight back onto the board. And then you get its on play again to pop something. So sometimes people will, you know, flashbang this and they'll go, okay, yeah, it's gone. And I go, word. Anyways, shoot your guy and just clear them like band for band. It's fantastic. Again, de-digivolve is really the only thing that kind of beats this out of the water. Obviously, bounce gets around it, you know, on deletion. But if you have the Wicked God, then you're at least kind of getting to play from there. But yeah, really, really solid. If you ever get to keep turn with this guy, you win the game on the spot. So that's why we're running him at 4. Because as well, the others only climb on top of their respective names. We're down to 2 moons. My original list did have 3. But again, it was 4-3-2, which I think is a pretty agreed upon ratio. But I'm going to try cutting 1 moon now because I have made a change for something else that kind of lets you be a bit more flexible. Evolves to 2 over a Millenniummon. So again, if you ever make this guy with rush, hit for your 2 checks, you make a moon straight on top of it. He's on play when digivolving. Your opponent trashes until they have 5 cards in their hand less. Really, really cool way of hand ripping someone all the way down to 5. And then for every 2 cards trash, delete one of their Tamers. So you can full clear a set of their Tamers if they draw a bajillion cards, which is pretty funny. And then all turns, if this would leave by deleting a composite, it doesn't leave. And then when other Digimon or Tamers are deleted, trash your opponent's top card of security. So that can be your Digimon, you know, you crash a rookie into security and die, boom, instant burn 1, which is great. If you pop their Tamers, boom, burn 1. There's no real removal on this. Like, it hates Tamers and only Tamers. So if you're ever having to like play for board, this feels kind of bad. But again, it's a going on top of Millenniummon kind of thing. And there is one interaction that I'll go over as well in a bit. And then we're down to, well, we're on 2 Z'd Millenniummons because card's crazy. Again, Digivolves for 2 over Millenniummon. No way to actually go straight from Millenniummon to Z'd, so you do have to go all the way up the roleplay line. And then it has Overclock, which allows you to delete tokens or composites. On play, when Digivolving, when attacking non once per turn, by returning one of their cards to the top from their trash to the top of the deck, return one of their Digimon to the bottom of the deck. And then all turns whilst it has no Digivolution cards, it's unaffected by your opponent's effects. Meaning, you know, if it gets source stripped out, Lamau, suddenly it's chill. Generally that's for if you have Wicked God. It can't suspend, obviously, which means you actually do have to overclock in order to get it to attack. But versus overflow decks, feels really funny to just be able to just, you know, like when digivolving, spin something, gain the memory back, attack, spin something, gain the memory back, overclock, spin something, gain the memory back, do something else, overclock, spin something. Like, it's really, really funny how much this card just can just solo boards. Obviously overclock, fantastic way to end games as well. Really, really solid. Yeah, pretty happy with the moon ratios right now. Again, you need to see Millenniummon. This is Millenniummon Turbo featuring the other cards. As much as I want it to be Moon Turbo, I love my guy. Millenniummon really is the guy that does everything. In terms of Digimon though, that's it. The moon that we cut was to fit space for a Nene Amano because she is a memory setter that when one of your composite or twilight Digimon with Digicross requirements would be played by suspending this tamer, you can Digicross with one of the cards from trash and one card under your tamers. You're never going to be getting anything under your tamers unless, I don't know, someone puts it there. Like, we don't have a way of saving or anything like that. As, you know, funny as that would be, I can't think of any reason that that would be useful in any way. So yeah, you can use Nene to basically digicross with your, it's mostly for like the purple red Chimera can get use out of her, but mostly it's when you digicross your Millenniummon. If you spin the two bodies that were underneath it to float, if you have another, you know, Chimera in trash or more importantly, machine in trash, suspend your Nene, get your redirect back, which allows the floated body to still kind of have some presence rather than just being kind of a vanilla beat stick. And then we're on 3 analog youths because he is actually the best purple rookie. On play, reveal top 3, add a Digimon card, trash the rest. So sometimes you pick up a guy and trash off the pieces that you need, and then they're just set up for where you need them to be, which is sick. Then also, whenever one of your Digimon that's level 5 or higher with sources would be deleted, suspend this tamer. And then gain 1 memory and hatch in your breeding area, which again allows you to blow through your eggs super fast because if they're not up from your Ukamon, they're up from your analog youth. One of the main combos that you'll end up doing a bunch is push out a guy with Promo Delta evolve into Chimera for 1, do something, swing the Chimera for 1 or whatever, blow it up with the machine, however you want to do it. And then analog youth goes sideways, gives you back the memory that you spent, because this is a, you know, this is a 1 memory play, and then you gain back that memory when this Chimeramon dies, and then, you know, you do your moon, you do your Millenniummon combo and get like 1,000 memory back. So the analog youth, really, really great way of extending, but also in the grindier games, it does allow you to kind of just keep very, very low to the ground, which feels pretty good. And then for options, we're on 1 of the Wicked God Descends and 4 of the Garnet Memory Boost. Kind of alluded to it earlier. Basically, every card in the deck outside of the Ukamon and the Gazimons. And I guess Moon Millenniummon is purple, but considering Zeed would be searchable off of either of these, and Millenniummon is actually more important. Like, it's the most important card to have in your hand because the rest of it, you know, if you set up your trash correctly, you can go hand trash, do whatever. Millenniummon always having to be in your hand means that you do need to see it. And that's why we're on the Garnet Memory Boost, because it, again, facilitates the memory boost of being able to, you know, boost and gain your memory. But also, it's a way of actually just ripping top 3, not top 4, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, it's a way of just being able to commit and find the piece that you're looking for, which, again, searches everything in the deck outside of your Ukamons, the Gazimon, and your 2 moons, which is pretty good hit rate, in all honesty. Finds all the most important cards. And then Wicked God Descends. This does play a Digimon from trash, which is incredibly important. Play one composite Digimon from your trash with the play cost reduced by 4. Obviously, this card costs 4, and we have no way of cheating it out. And then you place this card in the battle area. And then when one of your cards with Millenniummon in its name would leave the battle area delay, you may play 1 Wicked God Digimon from your hand without paying the cost. So the main thing you do here, again with the combo, that we do generally like to see is with however many Nenniammon or, you know, your analogs, is you push out with, okay, well, I mean, we'll make the full stack. Ideally it's a Pagumon with any sort of level 3. Push out your Delta evolve into Chimera for 1. And then if you've already got a Machine Dramon in trash, then you're playing Wicked God for 4. Wicked God, play Machine from trash for cost -4, so 11 down to 7. When it would be played, delete Chimera to reduce cost by 4, so 11 down to 7, 7 down to 3, 3 cost, still 7 cost in total because obviously you paid for the Wicked God. And then this goes into on deletion queue. On play, Digivolve 1 everything, and then delete Chimera. Use the Pagumon to add back your Gazi to hand, and then your Chimera deletes. On delete, on delete, suspend your analog use, gain back the memory. So if you've got 1, you've gone effectively cost 0 for this Chimeramon, which feels pretty sick. And if you have multiple, then obviously, you know, you've gained some of that memory back. And then on delete, DNA from trash into a Chimera, well, into a Millenniummon from the hand. You'll draw, you'll delete something, and then ideally you can hit them with the 3, 4, 5, 6. And, you know, if they have a 7 in there, then you get to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you stack all that to the top. And you go, hey, GG's. Gain all of your memory back. You hit them for 1,000 damage, and it also means you've got the protection now set up. Now, in theory, if they were to push up and delete this Millenniummon, this is interruptive timing. So, be it from hand or trash, they try and delete this Millenniummon. You go Wicked God, play Moon. Moon on play, do all of its stuff, blow up a billion Tamers. Burn the top security. On delete, send these to the bottom of the deck and float back into your Millenniummon. Pop something. If you have the Nenniammon, then you can suspend to, say, load the Chimera or the machine. It is on play, so it is digicrossable, so you can digicross from hand. But obviously, you're starting to commit a lot more bot pieces if you're going minus from hand each time, which is where the Nene can just make things a little bit simpler if, you know, your analog youth has put a bunch of them in trash, or it's specifically the machine that I don't like. This machine, if he ever gets pitched off, I'm just going to use this Nene to load it from trash rather than spinning it, just because this one, I think he's bad. But if he's under a Millenniummon, he's just as good as the other one. So just using the Nene can sometimes help with your resources. But yeah, because it's interruptive, if someone dares delete the Millenniummon, you get a free moon out of it, and then you get your Millenniummon back. And if you've got the Nene, then sometimes you can set the sources straight back up. We were on multiple of the Wicked Gods for being able to do that interaction before, but knowing now that it has to play specifically from trash does mean you actually have to set it up. So be that with your Gizamon, or setting it up with the you know, your Deltamons, or your, you know, red purple Deltamon, pitching the right source that you need whilst you're adding back a piece that you needed is really important. But yeah, that is the list and kind of like what you're looking at in terms of how to play it. This is pretty much push out of raising on the promo Deltamon and then make the combo do the funny. So your decks, like your Armour decks that go 3, 4, 6, are really frustrating. And obviously, you know, if they have a big boy to blow up, brilliant. If the game goes long, or you hit something in security, or burn something that allows you to, you know, actually see a giant idiot, feels fantastic. But generally it is just a matter of returning 3, 4, 5 or 3, 4, 5, 6, hoping you keep turn thanks to the memory extensions, and just going hog wild. Feels really good, especially if you can keep people on the back foot. Because you're also rigging the deck, you can make it really difficult for them. Obviously, it does mean if there's the Digivolve, you tend to be putting those Digivolve pieces back in their hand. And this deck just straight up, like, bounce is hard. You're a purple deck at the end of the day, and you're not getting your own deletions, but Digivolve is impossible. Like, the matchups that you play, like Dark Knightmon, Lord Knightmon, Rapidmon, it's terrible. It's just awful. D-Brigade, again, yeah, it's just awful because of their access to Digivolve, and you keep giving them the Digivolve stuff back because you do have to return one of each level. So that starter deck level 5 Rapidmon is going to get put back to the top of the deck every time you do the combo, which is pretty frustrating, but yeah, that's kind of how it is. Millenniummon's really fun. I still think there's tweaks to be done with this. I'll be seeing how this goes probably again when I'm back at locals, because I need to actually try having the correct number of Millenniummons. I've had 3 in them for the videos that you've seen on the channel. It was 3 Millenniummon, 2 of the Nene. But I've cut the Nene down to 1 now, so that way I've actually got the correct number of Millenniummons. But yeah, if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe if you made it through to this rambling section. You obviously enjoyed the video, so you should let the algorithm know that. You should also hop in the Discord if you haven't already. Got the Misplay for Game Discord that is live for everyone, be that members, subscribers, just general people of the public. Got to 3K, which is why it's now open to everyone, and you'll be getting the notifications when things go live, as well as just generally hearing from me, getting to chat with us. We've all just been kind of goofing off in there and having a good time. Some of your other favorite YouTubers are in there as well. We're starting to collaborate with, you know, other niche micro celebrities, and we've got plenty of plans in store for you for 2025. So if you enjoyed the video and you just like seeing me do what I do, then I appreciate it, and you should let YouTube know. You know, big thank you to all of the members that supported me through all of last year and planning on supporting me through all of this year. Hopefully it'll be even more cool stuff for you guys. I'm gonna go edit the videos now that I've been grinding for the weeks. Hopefully it'll be out by end of January. Hopefully it's another big ass video essay. I know people like those. So yeah, bye.